Well, good morning, everybody. This article comes from Waking Times, Terraforming Planet Earth and Human Consciousness with Electromagnetic Interference. And that came out January 24th, 2018. Okay, by Buck Rogers. Isn't that some old Western character? Anyways, the rollout of 5G is happening now. In spite of many legitimate concerns about public safety, and in spite of the fact that former FCC chairman turned corporate lobbyist Tom Wheeler is more concerned with making money than our health. Well, that's not very nice. Anyway, according to this jerk, the rollout of 5G will require an enormous increase in the number of cell towers, all pumping electromagnetic frequencies far higher than 4G into our environment. To make this work, the 5G build-out is going to be very infrastructure intensive, requiring massive deployment of small cells. Well, that doesn't sound good. Experts and industry leaders will tell you there is nothing to be afraid of. No, nothing to fear here. Okay. Yet similar to the rollout of psychotropic medications like antidepressants and ADHD meds, these products are simply too new for us to have any understanding of the long-term effects. Furthermore, 5G is just one new component in the electromagnetic assault on Earth. And while we have plenty of evidence proving electromagnetic radiation is indeed harmful to human health, cell phones cause cancer, sleep disruption, attention disorders, and behavioral problems. Excuse me. We know very little about what the saturation of planet Earth with EMF is doing to the health of our environment. Additionally, the Earth is being inundated with a range of other technologies which alter the natural frequency signature of the planet. The natural frequency signature, you know, that 7.83? Okay. Wi-Fi, smart meters, anything that has the word smart in front of it, the Internet of Things, scalar technologies, extra low frequencies, ionospheric enhancement, HARP, directed energy weapons, geoengineering programs, including atmospheric spraying, a flood of GPS satellites. Okay, now I know there's supposed to be satellites out there, but funny thing is, nobody can seem to find any of them. Anyways, and the space fence are all to be included in the list of technologies, adding to layers of EMF disruption. In the presence of many unusual and foreboding events in the natural world, such as the massive tree die-offs, changing weather patterns, intensified storms, and geological events, and strange cloud formations, it's worth asking what effects the deployment of EMF is having on the planet, and whose interests are being served in all of this. Unknown to most, it became exceedingly clear by approximately 2025, there's that year again, that governments had in fact geoengineered Earth's atmosphere, its oceans, and the planet's electromagnetic grid to facilitate the use of scalar and sonic technology in such a way as was harmful and in some cases detrimental globally. Humans are beings of frequency, as are all creatures and plants on this planet, a planet which itself is a living organism, deriving energy from the sun, the galactic core, and from the greater universe for sustenance. The Earth has a resonant frequency known as the Schumann resonance, and you only need to look back a few generations to see a time when life on Earth was more harmoniously in balance. You know, when you have the resonant frequencies being altered beyond our natural 7.83, it affects everything. Alright? It affects everything. And the Schumann resonance is being manipulated with their technology. Which takes me to this next article by Waking Times, Chemtrails, Terraforming, Transhumanism and You, April 22nd, 2016. Okay, we all know what these are. Okay. What most people are not allowing to coalesce in their consciousness is the grand scheme behind the so-called chemtrail program, also known on a more macro level as geoengineering. Geoengineering is an ongoing operation to steer and fabricate not only the world's weather, but its food growing cycles, disasters, and the deliberate manipulation of economic and geopolitical trends, such as the weakening of governments and the placement of humanity to more controllable centers. That means getting people out of rural areas, you know, by, let's say, starting a few dew fires, you know, like in Northern California, directed energy weapons. Yeah, well, that got a whole lot of people moved to a more controllable center. Anyway, like any and all of these massive manipulative programs underway against humanity, these attack vectors have multifold purposes. We know the slow and steady depopulation of especially the Northern Hemisphere is underway via a variety of programs. From chemical and genetic sterilization to growing food scarcity and outright sickness inducement. Yeah, it's called chemtrail flu. Google it. Instead of a government or international agencies working to actually help and heal humanity, their agenda is clearly documented as being one of human impairment and reduction in numbers. Easily accessible information on this being available in UN documents, tank papers, and the stated goals for eugenicists for decades. Anyways, okay. Alright, here we go. How convenient for those seeking maniacal control of absolutely everything. All of this speaks to the psychopathic depth of these control programs. In addition, the Earth, our beloved Gaia, is being inundated with toxic influences meant to break any and every natural cycle there is. From changing the Schumann resonance of our planet to our genetic makeup, weather, radiation levels, and even magnetosphere, they will stop at nothing in their efforts to literally terraform our planet. As insane as that sounds, since it appears we all need to live here, including these psychopathic engineers, this speaks to something much deeper and spiritually nefarious. Oh, I was stuck there for a second. Sorry about that. So, for whom is this environment being changed? Is a grand experiment underway to create a survivable race of humanoids who adapt to a toxic environment for the purpose of easy dominion by a very few? And from whence are these creatures who tolerate such an altered state, or think they can survive unscathed by their wicked, unnatural machinations? So anyway, let's go back up here to the Schumann resonance. From changing the Schumann resonance, this is going to take me to a blog that I myself wrote for Natural News. It's even right here. Hang on. Let me reposition. See, I googled in Schumann resonance manipulated, and what came up was the blog I wrote back in June 12th of 2017. And you guys, this was my second blog I wrote, and this one went viral. So I'm going to read it now. From Natural News Blogs. The Earth's natural Schumann resonances are being manipulated by CERN, HAARP, and Gwen Towers. And it was by me. Posted June 12th, 2017. The Earth's natural Schumann resonance are being manipulated by CERN, HAARP, and Gwen Towers, just to name a few. The Earth itself has a heartbeat, known as the Schumann resonance. It has surrounded and protected all living beings in a natural steady frequency of 7.83 Hertz for thousands of years, and it was identified as the sacred cosmic sound of the Hindus. Claims have been found that there is evidence that HAARP, CERN, and the Gwen Towers are manipulating Earth's natural heartbeat. Many believe the Schumann resonance is not only altered to control us, but we can also alter it depending on our own level of awareness. On June, I didn't put a day. Okay. I'm noticing my own typo, sorry. On June 2014, boy, a year later I see the mistake, so I forgot the date. Anyway. When the Russian Space Observatory system showed a sudden increase in activity with the spikes stretching from 8.5 Hertz to 16.5 Hertz, the Schumann resonance are oscillating magnetic frequencies that happen in the Earth's electromagnetic spectrum. They are said to be generated by electromagnetic changes within the Earth's core, which affects Earth and all life. When these natural frequencies get manipulated, it can have drastic results for Earth and all life. It's the greatest population control ever. A mass awakening. If we lived in a natural world, the Schumann resonances would increase awareness, and we would have a mass awakening. But the powers that be don't want that to happen. So by manipulating Earth's frequency, they are manipulating all life. Chaos can ensue under the wrong frequencies. Frequencies control emotions. On the upside, Earth is still changing. Without all the manipulations happening, the Schumann resonances are still changing. But why? What researchers can mutually agree upon is that those shifts clearly mean change, and people are slowly waking up to a greater reality, where thoughts will materialize in an instant. The Schumann resonance and the shift that has been happening in recent years is among the best proof we have of this change. It has been long suspected that people acting on the collective conscious level can impact the magnetic field structure and create disturbances such as the recent spikes. This is usually amplified during times of high anxiety, passion, or tension. Earth is raising her frequencies, and humans might be doing the very same thing due to our strong connection with Earth. With this in mind, perhaps we are a species with amnesia that are going through a spiritual and cognitive awakening. It is true that waking up to this reality would turn our entire culture upside down and nonsensical, making way for new and improved concepts of history and life in general. Søren Harp and Gwen Towers might be manipulating the Schumann resonances, but collectively, as stated above, we too can manipulate Earth's heartbeat and Schumann resonance and overcome this destructive technology. Some things are much stronger than technology. Alright, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and let's all overcome their technology. It says some things are stronger than technology, and we can overcome this. Destructive technology. So let's do that. Let's do that together. Anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace.